In a world dominated by high-tech gadgetry, the low-tech straight razor still gets a lot of face time. It can be reused endlessly, and it has a traditional appeal, one that actually dates back to ancient Egypt, when there were straight razors made of solid gold. Shaving with an unguarded, super-sharp knife has always been for the tough guys. To use it, a man needs a steady hand and steely concentration. Production begins with steel cylinders heated in a furnace until they're soft and malleable. A forging hammer then pounds the cylinders into dies to shape them. A punch cutter trims the edges and cuts the shape into 2 blades. From a steel rod to a flat razor shape in just a few steps. The straight razors are then fed to another die, one at a time. A weight forces the razor into the die, a process which both improves the shape and condenses the metal to strengthen it. Next, a worker dips a rack of about 50 blades in graphite powder, followed by molten lead. The lead adds more strength to the steel. He knocks off the lead, which slides off easily because of the graphite undercoat. The razor blades catch fire as he immerses them in oil to cool them. He transfers the blades to a sieve and tosses sawdust into it. The sawdust soaks up the oil and graphite residue. Then he shakes the sieve to sift it out. After a hardening treatment, it's into an oven to bake slowly. This gets rid of brittleness and relieves internal stresses. A technician then scrutinizes the razor to confirm that it's straight. If it's not, he hammers it straighter. Another worker grinds the blade, angling it down to the cutting edge, using a series of abrasive wheels. He tests the edge against a thick metal band. It needs to be as thin as aluminum foil and strong yet flexible. The next worker brushes asphalt lacquer onto the blade and upper part of the handle or tang. This coating prepares the surface for laser etching. It allows the computerized laser beam to cut cleanly into the metal with no bleeding around the edges. So the trademark insignia and art look crisp. She paints a little more lacquer around the etching to prepare the blade for the next step, gold plating. She dips the blade in a mix of water and gold and runs a current of electricity through the mix. This causes the gold to gravitate to the exposed, unlacquered section of the blade and adhere to it. The lacquer has served its purpose, and she now cleans it off in a chemical bath to reveal the now glossy two-toned blade. Next, she sandwiches the tang of the razor blade between the 2 plastic parts of the handle, using a long pin to hold everything together. She then shortens the pin, caps it, and hammers the cap down to secure it. She now tests the installation. The next worker grinds the entire blade against a slightly concave abrasive wheel, further sharpening it while maintaining the sloped profile. She then hones the cutting edge against a whetstone, tests it against a cow horn, and then hones it again. This last step makes the edge razor sharp. She immerses the blades in chalk, which absorbs moisture to prevent rusting. She now strokes the cutting edge against a leather strap. This is called stropping. It gives the blade its final polish. And now she removes a single artificial hair from a bundle and confirms that this straight razor is sharp enough to slice it in 2. It takes a total of 80 different steps to manufacture a straight razor. We've just shown you the highlights. Properly maintained, a straight razor should last for decades. In a world dominated by high-tech gadgetry, the low-tech straight razor still gets a lot of face time. It can be reused endlessly, and it has a traditional appeal, one that actually dates back to ancient Egypt, when there were straight razors made of solid gold. Shaving with an unguarded, super-sharp knife has always been for the tough guys. To use it,